Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Pyre. This time around, I'm joined by my wonderful fiance, and yeah, we're going to be playing together. She's going to be narrating the voices of the female characters, so you don't get to hear my lovely baritone for Jodariel, Sandra, and all the other female characters. So say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so last episode we faced off Tizo against Sandra in the Scribe Trials. This one, we're continuing on our journey. Okay, so it's Creek. He's happy to be back and wonders what it is that Sandra has granted you. What did we get? You take a closer look at the new artifact in your possession. You receive Haub's Wing for completing Tizo's trial. That's the thing we just did in the last episode. See, I told you, he's a cute little guy. I mean, they need to make a plush out of him. He's adorable.
If you say so.
He is. We're going to accept the reward because we don't have any other choice. And I don't know why these people keep on lighting candles inside of this. Does this look like a fire hazard to you?
No,
it looks like one to
mystical.
Me. It is, but it's a mystical fire hazard. So yeah, this is the black wagon, the inside of it. You have various artifacts from all the different encounters. You have some whiskey right here. I mean moonshine. You have this Beyonder crystal. You have some old raiments. You have a nautical bell. You have family portrait. Tizo's little nest over here. We got a little fishbowl thing. All sorts of fun stuff. And yeah, you can even play some music.
Oh, nice.
Let's play some songs. Turns out pretty nice, don't you think?
I love it.
I do too. So we click on the exit to go outside. Let's actually, yes. Surprisingly enough. So this is Tizo. These shows you their stats and all the cool stuff that you can do with them. So we have the Mooncrest set up for him, and we're going to switch that out for the thing that we just got. Haub's Wing. It's going to cost 35% less stamina for Flutter and Zip, which is great for us. Although this was pretty useful, the Mooncrests, so we'll try it out, see how it works for us.
Sounds good.
And you see, this is, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful game. Like, just look at the surroundings. I mean, it's just incredible. The artwork is awesome. Okay. Earlier, Volfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it cannot be all of you at once. We earn our way back, one by one, or not at all. But I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's taken some time, and this is only the first phase, says Volfred. You and Hedwin and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Elodiel, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, but rest assured, it's made the journey many times. Next, we will pass through Scribe's Gate. That's something we've never heard before. Oh, it's said that the scribes keep watch over Scribe's Gate. Go figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only the worthy pass through there, and your reader could attest. If she did not merely skim that chapter of the book, which we totally did skim it. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Solium. You'll meet our adversaries in the rites. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him. Some serious heavy stuff here. Okay, Fall of Solium, one of the downside celestial landmarks. That's kind of mapped out on our journey. They're all divided up into teams of 3. And Ignarius. Now, you guys, you know what's going on, but I'm just catching up my fiance really quick. And Ignarius, he's a future opponent. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then, once one of you triumvirates prevails, then somebody will be whisked away home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth, says Hedwin. Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all this. The same Commonwealth that sentenced into exile is forever, and freedom from the downside is impossible. Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept a secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have a good incentive to protect those secrets well. So then, that's it. We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays. For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that is it. But I like your connotation. And indeed, for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall be just a step along our path. However, let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Volfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for vocations. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent of Mount Elodiel. So, real quick, what'd you think about all that? It's kind of heavy, isn't it? A lot to take in. Okay. Well, so these things that we do, the rites, are kind of our ticket out of this place. This is considered like purgatory, and we're trying to get out of it in any way possible.
I see.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it just kind of sucks to catch you up in the middle of the story, but that's okay.
Oh, I'm fine. You don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to the map.
Well, first we have vocations. So we have three choices. We can either mentor a companion, we can study in private, or forage for resources. I'm going to go with mentor a companion. What do you think? Okay. So we can either mentor Hedwin, Joe Dariel, Ruki, Bay, Tizo, cute little guy, look at him, little horns, Sir Gilman, or Pamitha. I think we're gonna go with Joe Dariel. Okay. Here, you can read this part.
You and Jodariel spend some time reviewing some of the specific aspects of the rites, such as the properties of the aura. You sense she gained something from it.
Yay! Private lesson plus 1,000.
Such intricacies did these scribes encrypt in this ordeal.
Uh-huh. Did we get anything from that? Did we? No? Come on now. Okay, well, we got a bit to level up again. Needed for next rank is 1,300. Unfortunately. That's okay.
Can you do some more?
No, we can only do one per.
Oh,
You kind of have to make these choices, and yeah. That's just part of the game, I suppose. And we've been focusing a lot on this character, Joe Dariel, specifically, because she's awesome. And she's a pretty good fighter, and she's very useful in the whole scheme of things. Okay. Well, I think we're going to go on our way to Mount Elodiel, because we literally don't have any other choice. Yeah. Oh, look at this. You can make it honk. Honk. Oh, wait. Okay. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's a very low honk. Honk. You hear it?
No.
You don't hear it? Oh, okay.
Maybe it's only in your earbud.
Yeah, maybe so. Oh well. We're using headphones, so yeah. Earbuds, that's what they are. I get those confused. Here before you lies Mount Elodiel, stretched far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside.
Is that the upside down?
Yes. Stranger Things reference. Here, you read this part.
Your companions gather round before Volfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air.
Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking. So go on, ask away. But there's only silence.
Science.
Science. One question stands out in your mind. which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Questions.
Why us?
Says Jodariel. Why you indeed, madame? That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against as adversaries in the right. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle it for on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire, thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those ones who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I've been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So, I planted many little eyes and ears throughout the land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. Took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Hedwin over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old burden wagon and a reader. That's us. He was invited to bring the others along for the ride, all different sorts. Gather enough to help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then, why you? Because I've reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rights, as you see, are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head begins to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. Do we want to keep on listening?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty important. Volfred's explanation are a lot to take in, although you can feel compelled to absorb as much of what he is willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Jodariel raises her voices again.
Hold. You mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know, why us? Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite?
Ah, I see. Well, it is but that is simple, really, madame. You are chosen. You are qualified. I should say, because as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case, the expression is quite literally true. When the 8 created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf. Exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenished their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them already, as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The accusers, vindictive triumvirate, that conducted many liberations rites in the past, but seldom prevailed. And withdrawn, those were the kind of witch fellow guys that, they're pretty spoopy. The 8 scribes also formed a special group, against which all others would be judged. The group called the Nightwings. Yeah, that's us.
Oh.
You bear their books. You wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others, erstwhile, jockey for a position, for a chance to take you on. Yeah? Well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up, says Ruki. Then you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries.
Victory means nothing in a common rite, then. Participation is all that matters?
Not so, madame. Only in the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. So you see, those who do not conduct the rites, nor do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites. But these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, not one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on, with a fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. Some murmur to themselves about all this as Volfred takes his leave. Others reconnoiter pathways leading up to the mountain and present you with some options. Reconnoiter? That's an army. That's an army word.
Oh, I was like, I'm glad he read that one.
Oh, yeah. It's a stupid word.
I was going to try and read it in French.
Oh. Reconnoiter.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is the Emperor's Ascent, which Bay believes that the ape scribes will bless her whoever goes through there.
Okay.
And this is Emperor's Fall. This is a pathway on the outskirts of Mount Elodiel, nameless lower summits. And she thinks that we can find some long-lost valuables to be stashed there. So
what does it mean the eight scribes will bless? What do you get blessed with?
See, I'm not entirely sure about that.
Oh.
This definitely means that we'll find some sort of artifact here. But this, I don't know what that means. And
Who are the eight scribes?
those are the guys that orchestrated this entire ordeal and kind of are the ones that are overall responsible for this thing happening, really. So what do you think we should do? Emperor's Ascent or Emperor's Fall? You don't know? Okay, I'm gonna go with what Bay says.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Emperor's Ascent. That was it, right? Emperor's Ascent? Okay, I read that right. Sorry, Pamitha. The sublime beauty of Mount Elodiel. Oh, I'm sorry. You read it.
No, you.
No, you. you do it.
No. You already started it.
Okay, fine. The sublime beauty of Mount Elodiel, along with the thin air this high above the sea, has been enough to silence even the most talkative of your companions. There we go.
However, Bay has been positively bursting with excitement. Isn't it wonderful? I think it really is, don't you?
Screw crew! Tizo seems not to share Bay's enthusiasm.
Oh.
He does not like the cold.
It's chilly.
He misses the fishes.
You've been here before, Tizo. Isn't that so? Why would you ever leave? I wouldn't leave. I'd stay. I think I'd stay. Unless maybe I got too cold. Or hungry. Wait. Is that?
Something about her changes then. Wait.
Wait, look! But Tizo, don't you see? Look, don't you see them there?
Scary? Tizo seems to be exclaiming something in utter disbelief. Look at his little face and little smirk. So cute. You yourself see nothing, but Bay rises almost to her feet as the imp looks on, astonished.
Was that the scribes? It was! I know it was. They said something to me. They spoke to me. They said they told us we are welcome, that we're welcome here.
Bay runs off to spread the word among your companions. Strangely enough, her enthusiasm is infectious, and in spite of everything, your spirits rise. Your companions gain +2 hope for the next rite.
What good is that? Is that good?
I find that it's a little good, but it doesn't honestly affect it that much. But it may affect it in the future, so we're going to say it's a good thing.